The stadium lights were still warming up when the whispers began. Whispers about a number so absurd, so unbelievable, that even the most seasoned analysts quietly asked if the math was broken. That number was 1960, and it didn't belong to Judge. It didn't belong to Ruth. It didn't belong to any legend carved into Cooperstown's marble. It belonged to one man. One player. One phenomenon. Shohei Ohtani. People leaned forward in their seats as if gravity itself was pulling them closer to him. Something in the air felt unstable, electric, as though at any second the universe might burst open and reveal the simple truth: Ohtani wasn't supposed to exist in this timeline. Even the broadcasters sounded nervous, the way someone speaks when witnessing something historic yet impossible. Their voices cracked. Their scripts fell apart. They knew the story had changed before the first pitch was even thrown. Fans watched him stretch, each movement perfectly controlled, every breath calm despite the storm of cameras circling him. What was he thinking in that moment? What does a man think about when he is exceeding human standards so far that even the word superstar feels too small? Across the country, analysts were scrambling. How do you compare one player to the entire history of baseball? How do you measure someone whose statistics look like a video game glitch? Aaron Judge's numbers flashed across screens, impressive, powerful, the kind that would headline any era. But next to Ohtani's, they looked almost ordinary, like the stats of a great player trapped in the gravitational pull of something cosmic. People started calling it the Ohtani gap. A distance so vast that even Judge's 62 home run season couldn't bridge it. The number 1960 kept appearing. In tweets. In headlines. In stunned conversations that started with laughter and ended in disbelief. It represented a level of production that shouldn't be real, shouldn't be achievable, not by one player, not in this sport, not in this era. But the camera zoomed in on Ohtani's expression, calm, steady, unshaken. As if he had always known this moment was inevitable. Opposing pitchers felt the weight. The mound felt smaller. The strike zone felt like it was shrinking. Even the sound of his spikes digging into dirt could send a tremor through the infield. When he lifted the bat to his shoulder, the crowd held its breath, like a fuse had been lit. His swing didn't just make contact with the ball, it rewrote the rhythm of the game. The crack echoed like a break in the atmosphere. Outfielders sprinted back, but they weren't chasing the ball. They were chasing hope. And hope wasn't fast enough. Another home run. Another jaw-dropping number. Another moment America would replay again and again just to confirm it really happened. Some fans clutched their phones, shaking their heads with a kind of joyful disbelief. "This isn't real," one whispered. "It's Ohtani," another replied. Of course it's real. In the dugout, teammates stared not just at the scoreboard, but at him. The pride in their eyes said everything words could not. They were witnessing something that players pray to be part of, even once. Reporters scribbled frantic notes. They couldn't keep up. Every inning felt like a chapter from a myth. Every at-bat felt like the start of a legend being carved in real time. Judge watched from afar, a titan in his own right, yet even he couldn't close the distance. Not because he wasn't great, but because Ohtani wasn't operating under the same limits. By now, the conversation had shifted. It wasn't about MVPs. It wasn't about WAR. It wasn't even about baseball history. It was about something deeper, a new definition of what one human could do. Kids in the stands mimicked his stance, their eyes glowing with a dream that suddenly felt much bigger than baseball. Fathers nudged their sons. Sons nudged their fathers. Generations were connecting through one man's brilliance. Then, a hush fell over the crowd as he stepped up again. It was the kind of silence that only appears when millions of people lean forward simultaneously, united by the rare privilege of witnessing greatness as it unfolds. The pitcher exhaled. The catcher tensed. The entire stadium vibrated on the edge of destiny. The pitch came. A blur. A mistake. A challenge. Ohtani didn't swing out of arrogance. He swung out of certainty. Another explosion. Another roar. Another reminder that he was alone in a dimension not even Judge could enter. Commentators were speechless. Fans screamed his name. Opponents bowed their heads, not from defeat, but from respect. Every highlight reel that night felt like a tribute video. Every social media post looked like a digital shrine. Clips of Ohtani crossed the internet like a wildfire, unstoppable, unavoidable, unforgettable. America didn't just admire him. America was mesmerized by him. By the time the game ended, the number 1960 had transformed from a statistic into a symbol of dominance, of awe, of the kind of talent that arrives once in a lifetime, maybe once in a century. Ohtani walked back toward the dugout, not celebrating, not boasting, simply existing in the quiet confidence of someone who knows he is rewriting the rule book with every swing. Fans rose to their feet. Not for a victory, not for a home run, but for a phenomenon. For the man who made the impossible feel routine. For the player who made history feel like a Tuesday night. For the star who didn't just outshine Judge, he outshined the entire sport. And as the cheers thundered through the stadium, one thought echoed louder than all the rest. We are living in the era of Shohei Ohtani. And we may never see anything like him again.